My name is Sophia. I'm in the 11th grade and I go to Grants Pass High School. I chose to take a CTE class because both of my parents are educators and I figured I should try it out myself.
I chose to take a CTE class because it has great experience and lots of hands-on activities.
The benefits of getting hands-on experience in these classes are you're already knowing what you're going to be doing when you go into the workforce. You're getting a taste of exactly what it is so that you know whether it's something you're interested in or not.
I would recommend CT classes to anyone who enjoys having fun and actually wants to learn more about these kind of classes. These classes offer so many different opportunities, and it's amazing and it's really fulfilling.
I would definitely recommend another student to take the CTA classes at the high school because it provides an opportunity to develop your experience in any field when you're an adult, and it provides job opportunity and experience so you can get a job straight out of high school instead of going through more schooling.
Favorite project I've ever done in a CT class would be the Ashland Culinary Arts Festival we did last weekend, and the preparation we did for that competition itself. The whole week before that, and the whole month of October, we prepared a saute type chicken dish, and with that dish, we found a whole bunch of different ways to plate it and everything. And having that chef mentality really boosted me up to being a leader of this classroom, and that alone just was probably one of the best experiences I've had at this high school alone.
I think that all of the stuff that I'm learning here is going to translate into real-world experience. I believe that everything that I'm learning in this metal shop is something that I'm going to be able to use and do on an actual job site.
name is Sophia. I'm in the 11th grade and I go to Grants Pass High School. I chose to take a CTE class because both of my parents are educators and I figured I should try it out myself.
I chose to take a CTE class because it has great experience and lots of hands-on activities.
The benefits of getting hands-on experience in these classes are you're already knowing what you're going to be doing when you go into the workforce. You're getting a taste of exactly what it is so that you know whether it's something you're interested in or not.
I would recommend CT classes to anyone who enjoys having fun and actually wants to learn more about these kind of classes. These classes offer so many different opportunities, and it's amazing and it's really fulfilling.
I would definitely recommend another student to take the CTA classes at the high school because it provides an opportunity to develop your experience in any field when you're an adult, and it provides job opportunity and experience so you can get a job straight out of high school instead of going through more schooling.
Favorite project I've ever done in a CT class would be the Ashland Culinary Arts Festival we did last weekend, and the preparation we did for that competition itself. The whole week before that, and the whole month of October, we prepared a saute type chicken dish, and with that dish, we found a whole bunch of different ways to plate it and everything. And having that like chef mentality really like boosted me up to being a leader of this classroom, and that alone just was probably one of the best experiences I've had at this high school alone.
I think that all of the stuff that I'm learning here is going to translate into real-world experience. I believe that everything that I'm learning in this metal shop is something that I'm going to be able to use and do on an actual job site.
All right, good evening, North and South Middle School students and parents, as well as some of our homeschool and private school students and parents that are joining us tonight for our 8th grade family night. We are very excited that you're here with us online tonight on YouTube. My name is Ryan Thompson. I'm the Grants Pass High School principal, and we're going to start by just kind of giving you an overview of the evening. We know this is not our this is our typical gathering spot for 8th grade parent night. It is not our typical format. Our typical format, of course, is we're in person and live, and we have the next best thing tonight. We're excited to have you see many of our elective offerings, some of our core classes, clubs, athletics, and other activities here, and that all will help you make decisions as to what classes to take and what opportunities that you can have here at the Grants Pass High School. We have humbled ourselves tonight, each of the members of our support staff and administrative staff that are here. You see pictures of us as when we were in high school as freshmen. So I don't know if it would help if I unbutton my top 2 buttons for you. Maybe you saw that gold chain. Maybe you recognize that is me. But anyway, that was me at Lincoln Junior High in about 1985, I think. So anyway, we'll have some fun with that too. I would, if you haven't already, I know you're gathered probably at home, I'm guessing. Maybe some of you are in a car in between activities. But if you have a pen and paper and you're at home, I would encourage you to get that. There's just a lot you're going to see tonight and some that you might forget. Maybe you want to write down your counselor's name or a club advisor's name or anything else that might come to mind. So I'd encourage you, if you don't already, something that we're going to be teaching you while you're here at the high school is organizational skills and note-taking skills. So go ahead and get that pen and paper and notepad or note card and take some notes. All right, obviously we're excited for a new beginning for you. You've been in middle school now for 3 years almost, and high school represents a lot of new decisions that you get to make as a student. You will be in that driver's seat, and all along your parents have been encouraging you and helping you, so have your teachers, and we'll continue to do that, your parents and your teachers and counselors and coaches. However, you are now going to be more in the driver's seat. It starts to be that transition in time and age where you get to make decisions about your interests. And the more independence you show and success you show, the more independence that you'll receive here at this high school and I'm sure at home too, for those of you that are looking forward to earning that independence. Obviously tonight is the first step of many in transitioning 8th graders successfully to Grants Pass High. Later, we'll be having some visits to the middle schools, kind of informal, because we know that we're not going to be interrupting a lot of class time at the middle school because they're so limited in only being able to see their classes once a week. But we will have some light visits just to maybe have some school staff there so you can recognize some names and faces from when you do come to the high school. Also, the first day of school will be freshmen only, and so that'll be a day dedicated just helping our new freshmen transition successfully to the high school, and we'll give you more information as that nears. Parents, I want to encourage you, even though you're at home right now and this is the first step of being involved, so you're doing a great job, but I want to encourage you to continue to stay involved. Continue to check in on your student, continue to check their grades on PowerSchool, ask questions, have those dinner time conversations. All of a sudden from the age of 14 to 15 to 16, a little more independence is gained, and sometimes it's easy to kind of back off. It's not a backing off, it's just a gain in independence for your student, and I just want to encourage every parent out there to continue to stay involved, ask questions, let your student own their education, but at the same time, show that interest and continue to ask questions. Also, there's going to be thousands of mistakes made next year, and those are just by me, let alone the students. So honestly, we all make mistakes. Every student out there listening right now, you're going to make a mistake along the way. And parents, I'm going to encourage you to allow your student to help them just learn through those mistakes. Sometimes maybe they didn't study for a test as much as they thought, or maybe they made a decision that you wouldn't have made, but you allow them to learn through that. We just encourage that as part of the learning process at this high school level. There's a tendency as parents for us to want to rescue our kid, but again, want you to try and do what you can to help them learn through each of these, this whole process. We truly believe at Grants Pass High School there is a place for every student. We have classes, activities, clubs that are there for every student out here. Mr. Roundsville, our athletic and activities director, in about 10 minutes or so, is going to talk to you a little bit about that. But we really want and believe that every student has a place here at Grants Pass High. And we can't wait to get to know each of you as you enter our doors and halls. I mentioned earlier about taking notes. Well, as you are in high school, one of the big things that we're going to focus on, you need to have communication skills to be able to self-advocate, explain how you're feeling or thinking. You need to have study skills, organizational skills. Those are things that you're going to be learning in your classes. Next year, too, there will be a class that many of our freshmen may take, too, called Reach for Success, that will help reinforce those skills. And we want to make sure every student is equipped with that during their time here at high school, so they can find success not only in high school, but beyond high school. Next, what I'm going to do, I just want to reinforce, we have an amazing staff here, teachers, counselors, support staff, and we're going to introduce just a few of them here. We don't have time to introduce our entire staff, but some of our office staff and so forth I'm going to introduce, and I'm just going to call them out in threes. They're going to come up on stage, and we'll introduce you to them and their role, and they're going to briefly take their mask off, just so you can see their face, and then put it back on, and then we'll move along in our presentation. So first off, these two people are not here right now, but they should be faces you are familiar with. That is Mr. Blanchard, as a high school student, and Mr. Sale. He tried to make us think he was in 4th grade there, but I think he really was a high school freshman. So anyway, Mr. Sale from South and Mr. Blanchard from North, you may recognize them, and you can tease them next time you see them. And then here on staff, I'm going to introduce 3 staff members that will come out on stage. First up, we have 2 of our counselors and one of our Career and College Center coordinators. So first up, Mrs. Hayes, one of our counselors, Mr. Coulter, and you may recognize he has a brother that a lot of you at North may know, Mr. Dan Coulter, a math teacher there. And then Mrs. Bland, who also has a spouse, in this case at North Middle School, Mr. Bland. So some of you at North may recognize those names. So thank you all. You can head off stage and we'll get our next 3 introduced here too. Next, we also have a couple counselors to introduce to you and another support staff member. So you see on the far left, you see Mrs. Watson, and she is our 9th grade success coordinator. She's going to talk to you here in just a couple minutes. We have Mr. Sarver, one of our guidance counselors, and we have Mrs. Holst, also a guidance counselor. So all of the 4 counselors you were just introduced to in the last 2 sets of introductions are all going to be one of your guidance counselors. All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have some more support staff to introduce to you, and they'll come out on stage. I think 2 of the 3 are here tonight. These 2 fine gentlemen that you'll be introduced to are both our social and emotional support counselors. They serve tremendous roles here at Grants Pass High and really help our students with a myriad of things that may happen during the day and during the year and during the course of 4 years. First off, we have Mr. Baxter. He's going to give a hello there. And then we have Mr. Stewart, Mr. Chris Stewart, and again, both social emotional counselors. So thank you both. The third person that you might see their freshman picture is our school resource officer, also last name Stewart, just a little different spelling, and he is not here tonight. So thank you both. Next, we have some administrators to introduce to you, and we've themed this page the hair page. We have a lot of hair on this slide. So, and now as they enter stage, at least one of them does not have as much hair as you did in this previous picture. So Mrs. Napier is our assistant principal in charge of curriculum and instruction, and also a Grants Pass High alum. I know we also had some other Grants Pass High alums earlier I forgot to mention. This is Mr. Rounsaville, our athletic director and activities director, and been here a long time. Some of you may remember him if you're a parent out in the audience. Mr. Jeroslow is not with us tonight, but he is our assistant principal in charge of discipline and student management. So thank you both. And next, we have 3 other staff to introduce you to. two of the three of which are here tonight. So we have another one that lost some hair, and that is Mr. Stillwell. He's that big bruiser you see, the 8th grader there, or 9th grader, I think. And he is our assistant principal in charge of our student services and counseling. And then Mr. Garcia, some of you might remember him from band, and he is now our dean of students. And so we're excited he's up with us in the front office helping out. He's been a great addition. And then finally we have Mrs. Murillo, and she is our Spanish family liaison. She's not here tonight, but she's going to be hosting an event just like this for some of our Spanish-speaking families too. So very excited for all the 3 staff members. Thank you all. So again, tremendous staff. Super proud of all of them. They do an amazing job serving students here. Next up, we have a 9th grade success program that Mrs. Watson is going to talk to you about. Mrs. Watson.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am Rochelle Watson. I am the 9th grade success coordinator here at the high school. The goal of the 9th grade success program is to help transition our 8th graders into their 9th grade year with as much success and joy as possible. And so one element of that success is really trying to make sure that students end their 9th grade year on track. And on track simply means that they've earned 6 credits by the end of the school year. We know that the odds of graduating within 4 years are greatly increased when your student ends their freshman year with 6 or more credits. So how do we do that? Well, we have our 9th grade success team. The team is made up of administrators, counselors, teachers who talk about your kiddos, who work to help support them as much as possible. And we also have our student success mentors. Those are additional adults in our building who work to mentor smaller groups of students who just need a little extra support. We offer after-school supports, tutoring, credit retrieval opportunities, and honestly, sometimes the biggest support I can offer is just being an access point. This is a big school, maybe you don't know who to contact. You can always reach out to me. I'm downstairs in the office area. If I don't know, I just pop out and I ask around, and I will help figure out who we can get to answer your question. But what we always know is that it really just takes a team in order to help your student find success. And so I'm super excited to welcome your 8th graders into our 9th grade and looking forward to working together to find such success. Another part of the team is Mrs. Shauna Bland from our College and Career Center. One over there.
Hey, just wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about planning for your future. And you may think, well, I'm just going to be an incoming 9th grader. Why do I need to already start thinking about what I'm going to do after graduating from high school? Well, there's a big reason, because one of the things that we offer here is college credit. And do you know how many different certificates or degrees they offer at Rogue Community College alone? 99 currently is what they offer. And of those 99 certificates that range from a 6-week program to a full 2-year program that then they could transfer to another college and on to their master's or doctorate, that's the opening doors going to RCC and getting credits through us here at Grants Pass High School, because we have college credit available through classes you can take here at the high school, available for 95 of those 99 certificates or degrees. And so there is something for everyone in starting to prepare for that next step after high school. And it includes some sort of college credit for almost all career paths you can be thinking of or dreaming of. And so that's part of what we like to help you out with in the Career Center, is starting to map this out. And you can see there's 4 steps that we have listed up on the slide right now. And the first step is starting to think about that career. Right now is when you need to start thinking. It can change, plans change, but start thinking now about those careers, and we can help map out from there the classes that you can take at Grants Pass for free that can earn you college credits, or other credits that are a minimal fee through Southern Oregon University as well. From there, you can map out what your next steps are, and that 4th step is putting that down onto paper. And so part of my job is helping you figure that path out. So if you want to learn more about college credits or just mapping out what your career plans are going to be, please contact me in the Career Center or stay on for the question and answer that I have after this opening introduction ceremony time. And I'm happy to help you. So up next is John Stilwell to talk further about the whole night and how it's going to work.
Thank you, Shauna. All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to take a few minutes and really talk you through what tonight looks like and navigating the website. And I'm really excited to see how this evening goes. Our staff has put on a lot of time and effort to create Mrs. Bland helped us create the website that you use to access this live stream. And below that access point, there are links that our coaches, our teachers representing each department, our club advisors, activities. We've put together Zoom links for each of those. A lot of information that you can access, videos, flyers, pamphlets, calendars. There's little presentations that have been put together, and there's a lot of staff that's available just for a drop-in question and answer session. And so when we're finished with this live stream, we will obviously finish the recording and post this tomorrow so that if you need to rewatch, you can. But from here tonight, the most immediate piece from 6:30 to 7:30, there are some live events that you'll need to go and attend because those will end tonight. And then you'll also find a huge amount of other information that is valuable that you can watch anytime. Okay, so we'll start. It's really broken down into 3 columns. So underneath the link that you have, the far left column is all of the little mini presentations. So every 10 minutes, staff has put together a little mini presentation where they're going to try to start as close to 6:30 and then 6:40. So every 10 minutes, do a little 2 or 3 minute presentation and then open it up to questions and answers so that they will be finished and you would be able to then go to the next session that you'd like to attend in a timely manner to be there just before the 10-minute start time. The middle column is where you can drop in and ask questions as you go. And so these you could drop in, and if there's nobody in there, you can get your question and answer pretty quickly, and you're out. There's no staying for any length of time or listening to any particular presentation. Just ask your questions, and then you can be moving on to the next one. There's no timeline on that. And so if you're motivated, you can hit quite a few sites through that. You're fine. Sorry. The link that is circled here underneath in the blue bar there, for some people that are not sure where to start, right? There's I think 35 links the last time I looked. In the middle, there's probably another 20 in the short presentations, and there's a whole bunch more in the third column, which I'll talk about in a moment. You're not sure where to start. This link that shows here, there's a elective options or opportunities at Grants Pass High School. So if you are not sure where to start, this is kind of a cheat sheet, just giving you the names of all the electives that are available to 9th graders coming in. And so if you click that, it's a PDF. You can download it. You can just open it as a tab and then just refer to it. And as you look through, you might go, "Ooh, wow, okay, what is metal fabrication?" And then you'll find, looking at those columns, you'll see one of the tabs in the middle is actually labeled program metal fabrication. And then you click on that, and you'll find Mr. Lier, who will answer any question you have from his office. So those columns are, like I said, live. So really, they will be only open from 6:30 to 7:30 this evening as we shut things down. The information that we're seeing on the screen now, the third column, the far right, is available. We'll probably add more to it as we go tomorrow, the next day, as coaches and teachers go, "Oh, wait, I forgot to add this in." And so definitely refer back to this as you are interested in trying to find out more information about activities and clubs. But that's going to be available from here until the end of the school year. So at any time, you can access that. The other items that I want to point out, in the top right corner, there are a couple navigation pages, second pages. And so the far right of the top screen, navigation are the tours. And so these are great. They were put together this year. Our leadership group students put together these videos as part of the ninth grade orientation. We started the year in distance learning, just like your eighth graders did. And so these were help for them to get to know what the campus looks like after just being on campus, one time last spring. And so again, those videos are there. You can watch them tonight if you're really motivated. You can watch them tomorrow, over the weekend. They're whenever it fits your schedule. The last page that's up there is requesting classes. And so this tonight is really the kickoff event, and then the request window will be open later tonight. If you're motivated, again, once the evening's finished, you could go to this page. There's a huge amount of information. There's videos, different pieces that take you through what the request process looks like. And it's not hugely complicated, but there are some deadlines. There's some things you need to know. It will be, like I said, open up once the evening is over. The window to request classes will be open from today through next week. So you have a week to get that finished. On that page, we also have some help sessions. So after reading the website, looking through the different videos, watching those with your student, if you still have a question, something that isn't quite clear, obviously you want to take the time to have some conversations. We can click that, I think, one more time, Ryan. Have some conversations, not only between parent and student, but also with teachers, current teachers there at the middle schools. Obviously tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, you'll have those opportunities as you meet with your teachers. The window will close next Wednesday evening, the 28th. So like I said, you do have a week to get this finished. The sessions that are available, they're on the requesting website webpage. So as you scroll down there toward the bottom, just above the link that takes you to the PowerSchool login to actually make the request. So kind of the last piece that you would do is hop in. I will be available. Counselors will be available on Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening before the deadline, just to answer any questions you have that may be hanging out there before you finally submit those. With that, there's a couple deadlines I'm going to let Ms. Napier have talk to you about. Thank you.
So there's a couple programs that we have for freshmen that are by application only. And so if you're interested in either of those, you want to make sure that you get that taken care of as soon as possible. So first we have Avid. Avid stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. Some of your kiddos might currently be in Avid at the middle schools, and that is awesome. You do have to reapply in order to be accepted into the high school program. So you want to get that application done and taken care of. You can ask your Avid teacher for that. For those that didn't have a chance to participate in Avid, but you want to, the application link is on this website as well. For kids that are interested in going to college, but just want to be able to improve those academic skills, or maybe just aren't sure how to get to college, that Avid Elective can really help you out. It's an amazing program. So that is due April 30th, so next Friday. The other one is Intro to Leadership. If you're currently in leadership or not in leadership, it's good for either or. So if you're interested in participating in leadership at the high school, we really want you to take this class first. So you're going to apply to be in Mr. Matthews' Intro to Leadership class. The application is also on this website, and it is due May 14th. So both of those require application processes, and you want to make sure that you get those taken care of. Last, I'm going to introduce Mr. Ronseville.
Thank you, Mrs. Napier. First, I just want to thank everybody, parents, mom and dad. You took the first step tonight in making sure that your son or daughter has a successful high school experience just by tuning in tonight. So, good job. I would echo what Principal Thompson said, though, is stay involved with them all through their 4 years. And each year goes, they'll want you to do less and less, but you need to stay involved, stay up on their grades, talk to their teachers, talk to the counselors, talk to their coaches and the directors also. Stay involved with your kid. It goes, those 4 years go very, very fast. As the athletic director, I also get to work with all of our activities and clubs on campus. Mr. Thompson also said that I'm a little bit long in the tooth, and he's exactly right. I've been in the district for a long, long time. In fact, some of the people that you saw speaking before me were kids when I was first starting teaching. That's how long I've been here. But I can tell you a couple of them, Shauna Bland and Michelle Napier, They were successful not only because they were pretty good students, but because they got involved in clubs. Michelle Napier was on a state championship dance team, and Shauna Bland participated in athletics for just about every season we had for all 4 years. The point of that is there is something for everybody. If your son or daughter doesn't happen to make a team, an athletic team that they want, don't let them stop there. Have them go find a club, have them try out for a different team. Some of our teams have a no-cut policy. So I guess what I'm asking is make sure you find out. Call the athletic office, call your counselor, call the school. We have lists of clubs that your kids can get involved in, and there's so many we can't even mention them all tonight. Tremendous music programs, theater programs here at Grants Pass High School. Our CTE programs are recognized statewide, so get your kid involved. That's the best thing that you can do as a parent. Going to class is great, and that's the most important thing to get that diploma, but also get them involved in something outside the classroom, and they'll have a greater experience here at Grants Pass High School. So don't forget to stay online, visit some of those presentations and the question and answers, and get all the information you can. And thanks again for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it.